Do you know what the third highest mountain in the United States is? I'm willing to bet that you've never heard of it, despite the fact that it's nearly 3,000 feet higher than Mount Whitney, the highest mountain in the lower 48. But first, be sure to follow for more mountain and geography content. Now, you've probably heard of Denali, which is the highest mountain in the United States and all of North America, standing at 20,310 feet. But what about Mount Foraker? Standing at 17,400 feet, Mount Foraker is the third highest mountain in the United States and the sixth highest in all of North America. But despite these impressive stats, I'm willing to bet you've never even heard of it. That's likely because it stands only 14 miles southwest of Denali, meaning that Mount Foraker is often overshadowed, literally and figuratively, by the much larger mountain. In fact, Mount Foraker is so associated with Denali that some tribes in the area traditionally use the name Denali to refer to both mountains, as opposed to just the higher summit. Similarly, the Russian name for the mountain, Bolshaya Goya, which translates to Big Mountain, also referred to the entire massif. So Mount Foraker wasn't widely distinguished as a separate peak from Denali until it got the name Mount Foraker in 1899, when a lieutenant in the U.S. Army named it after Joseph B. Foraker, shown here, who was a sitting senator from Ohio at the time. If that story sounds familiar, it's because Denali was given the much worse name Mount McKinley in honor of William McKinley, who was also an Ohio politician at the time, just a few years earlier. But while Mount Foraker is often overshadowed by Denali, it's a pretty impressive mountain in its own right, as it stands more than half a mile taller than any mountain peak in the lower 48, and due to its low-lying surroundings, it has some insane topographic relief, making it well worth a visit. Now, the easiest way to see Mount Foraker is to visit Denali National Park and Preserve, where the mountain is located, as it's visible from many different points in the park. But while seeing the mountain is easy, gaining access to, or even climbing Mount Foraker is a much different story. While it may be much easier than climbing nearby Denali, climbing Mount Foraker still requires several weeks of time, a couple $1,000s, and extensive previous mountaineering experience. Have you ever heard of Mount Foraker? And did you know that it was the third highest mountain in the United States? Let me know in the comments, and let me know what you'd like to see next.